Welcome to Knafs at Night. I am Ben.
I'm Austin.
And today we're going to be talking about why Instagram hates us.
The finest Moldovan leather.
And a 3D printed pen that you actually want to use, and I will spin it. Ooh, did you get that on camera, Jamie? Yes! Let's go to the news!
Let's jump in.
Okay, first in the news this week is about Instagram, Facebook, censorship, things like that.
We've seen kind of both sides of everything, right? We've seen some advertising come onto Facebook and Instagram lately in Meta from our friends over at Case Knives.
Yeah, so this is fascinating to me.
Yeah, so
Case Knives, advertising, you see their ads all over Instagram.
all over and forever. As long as I have known this industry, you have never been able to pay to promote your products online anywhere realistically.
That's been a challenge. But then on the other side of it, you've got people like Protect that post a picture, pretty innocuous picture of knives.
Yeah.
It's censored, meaning you have to tap the see why this is.
I'm of age to view these
Yes.
knives, basically.
So you got Protect, that's happening to them, and then you got Joseph Vero,
Yep.
who had his post completely removed,
Yeah.
and I think it was a pry bar. It
Okay.
wasn't even a knife.
Okay.
So there's this moment in the knife industry happening where the AI, artificial intelligence, is saying, this is dangerous, we cannot show it to people.
Right.
Now, whether it is or isn't, let's debate all day, but the machine is saying it is, and it's pulling it off.
And there's some people out there that are trying to fight this thing, right? Our friend Levon over at Knife Nuts podcast.
Yes.
They have just started a change.org petition.
Yeah.
And what's that all about?
It's the Association of Artisan Tools, and Levon is basically part of this group that's saying, hey, let's make a change.org petition, and we'll see if we can get Meta's attention to change the way that AI is monitoring knives in particular, right? Like, we understand that this is rented land. We've talked a lot about this.
Right.
But also the overlords of the rented land should have the ability to say, hey, this is actually fine. These are artisan things. And so that's what Levon and this other group is working on. It's called the Association of Artisan Tools, and we'll throw a link down in the description if you want to go sign that petition.
Yeah, I think what I like about what they're doing, I think what we like about what they're doing is kind of they're positioning it as it's an overreach of technology, right? It's not necessarily someone at the top saying like, no knives on my platform or anything like that.
It's not Zuck in his high tower.
Yeah, exactly. It's more of this like automated system potentially that is kind of flagging these things inappropriately, I would say.
And so here's an interesting sideshow to this whole thing. You've got the Association of Artisan Tools who's submitting this change.org petition. You've got the American Knife and Tool Institute who was talking about this last year quite a bit. That's ACTI. It's kind of this professional organization. You got Knife Rights over here. I don't understand, and maybe you guys can help me in the comments. Why don't we have a single body for this stuff?
Yeah, it feels
in the knife
like
industry.
In the industry itself, right? Like we all have kind of our eyes on the same prize, right? We're all looking forward to the same thing, but it's kind of a little bit of wheel spinning is what it kind of feels like right now in terms of there's just not a very concerted effort together.
Yeah, absolutely. The interesting thing too, people are talking about, well, where does knives live?
Yeah.
That was a terrible sentence. Where does knives live?
Where knife is.
Where knife is in the future, right? Does it live on Instagram, the knife community, like this disembodied group of humans that enjoy talking about sharp stuff? Does it live on Instagram in the future? Does it move to YouTube? Does it move to Reddit?
Right.
We've kind of taken the approach that in the past, YouTube has been really fun for us. So we're kind of looking at it going like Knafs at Night, neither filmed at night or released at night, will live on YouTube.
Yeah, and it doesn't necessarily touch all of the parts of the industry, right? Like you're not going to see great photos on YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maybe in YouTube Shorts and stuff like that, you might catch a carousel every
feed,
now and then. But yeah, for the most part, like it's more of a video conversation.
And this stuff is hard. I mean, we film
True.
a week in advance.
Yep.
So when you're seeing this stuff has been talked about for a week.
Yep.
It's just hard because you have to edit it. It's different. So that is the news. We'd love your take, your hot takes down in the comments on where the knife industry should gather if on the internet.
Yeah,
So
let us know.
there it is.
Yeah, on to some Knafs news.
Knafs News.
We've got some snoozing of some Knafs. We have got a new price point for our
Ooh.
Lander ones.
This has been an interesting, fun game.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got, if you've already seen, the D2 models have been kind of brought down to a new price of $45 starting, right? And so we're taking that same approach with our 14C 28N blade versions. I like to call these the Sandy Landies.
The Sandy
Yeah,
Landy.
the Sandvik Landers. But yeah, we're basically just dropping $15 off of each of these. So the micarta is going to be $64.99 as of this video. Whenever you see this, that will be the price, and then the natural G10 $59.99.
Nice.
Yeah.
So can we pull back the curtain a little bit here?
Let's do it.
We always shoot for like a price point that is fair, and it's interesting because over the last 2 years, 14C28N steel, the prices have come down on this stuff dramatically.
Yes.
And so, frankly, we have excess inventory, and so it's like, well, what you going to do with that? You're going to work on it, change the price, move it out.
That's right. Kind of part of our philosophy, right? Like we're always looking to find better and better pricing. We love inexpensive knives just like everybody else. And so value, yes. Yeah. I didn't want to say cheap. But
don't say that word.
But we love value knives just as much as anybody else. And so we are always looking at ways to kind of find that home for those knives.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Next on the list of new from Knafs. This is a fun one. Oxford pennant.
USA made.
USA made,
yeah. These come out of New York, I believe, which is really, really
They
cool.
do. Buffalo, New York.
Cool, yeah.
So this is the moon flag. What do we call this? The To the Moon Amigos flag.
Yeah.
So in the Moon Crew on Facebook, we gave these out for the first, I think, 50 that joined the crew, right?
Right, something like that.
But we also wanted to make them available to anybody that wanted to buy them. Designed by my neighbor Trent, who is a boss.
Yeah.
And just kind of fun. I love little pennant banners. Lucas Burnley's been making those for years. We've hung this one on the wall behind us.
Yeah.
And it's just fun.
Yeah.
They just feel like happiness.
They do.
Like excitement.
And they also, a little retro touch to them, which is super cool.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Cool. Moon Crew moment is next.
On to the Moon Crew moment. So if you're unfamiliar with the Moon Crew, it is our Facebook group. Anybody can join, and we love to see what's happening out there. First thing this week is Chris's Lulu, Sarge's Lulu.
Yeah, this is super cool. I have never seen anyone even attempt anything like this. So he disassembled his Lulu, saw that there was some skeletonization that was done in the handle, and so he started throwing some stuff in there, seeing what he could fit.
Looks like a little ferro rod, some fire starter.
Yeah, and then he also did a version where I think it was some sort of like tool or pry tool or something like that he threw in there. So
I love it. When I designed the Lulu, I thought to myself, I could probably make this pocket bigger. But the problem is you're gluing G10 to micarta. And so if you were to drill out or mill out that inside on the G10 and micarta, it just felt like structurally it would get weaker.
Right.
And so I said, you know, I'd love a bigger cavity space in there where you could throw, I don't know, your goodies and your cookies or whatever.
Yeah.
But I wanted the strength factor. So I would actually be curious to see if somebody ever milled that out. You could probably Dremel it out even.
Oh yeah.
Because there's a ton of space in there. Anyway, love seeing that.
Love it. Yeah.
Next, we had
Eric's Cool Toolkit.
Ooh, I love this.
Yes.
This is a fun one, little Maxpedition kit.
I know, Maxpedition. It feels like a throwback. I think I heard that Maxpedition isn't selling as many of these unique products as they used to. But yeah, this is a really cool toolkit. He's got all kinds of stuff in there, lots of multi-tools, little pry bars.
A little bit of Tylenol,
yeah,
it looks like.
some emergency Tylenol, which is always important. And then topped off with a Lander 1 natural G10. Yeah.
The Natty.
The Natty.
What did you call it?
I called them the Sandy Landies.
The Sandy Landy and Natty.
The Natty. I like it. That's right.
Love it.
Bust open a
And then
Natty.
the last thing from the Moon Crew this week, this is kind of fun. At Blade Show in Atlanta, we sold $2 Lander 2s.
Super fun.
It's fun to see them in the wild. They have a unique engraving on them of a $2 bill. This one, the scales have been changed.
That one has even more unique engraving on it, though.
Ooh.
Signed
yes.
by Ben.
I signed this one.
Yes.
I was joking with Tyson Gert Knife and Tool that I was going to sign it Carl. I don't know, because you're delirious at a trade show.
100%. That was day 3.
And anyway, I didn't sign it, but now he regrets it. He wishes I would have signed it Carl. So if anybody ever wants me to sign their knife, Carl, I'm all in.
He's in. Nice.
I love it.
All right.
What's next on the list, Austin?
We're heading to the shop for the Ship Shape Sharpening Shop.
Hey, nice.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Ship Shape Sharpening Shop, where I have a huge shed of shears. And let's cut these. This is from the Davis Chamber of Commerce. Ooh. Hey, they work. That's amazing. We're going to make them sharper. Keith is going to work on those. I've always wanted to handle a pair of these. Thank you to the Davis Chamber of Commerce for loaning us those. They didn't loan us. They brought them. Also, on the table today, a couple fixed blades. We've got a Lulu. This is a fun one. You got some old bicycle tires on there. You got a Tops whistle, a what do they call that? A ferro rod, as well as a signal mirror and a magnifying glass on the back on that Lulu. Additionally, Keith just put that striker spine on there. So kind of fun to see what's coming in the shop. And then we have this Strayed, I don't know the name on it, SHW2757. I've always wondered why they don't give them actual names, but this one's kind of cool. It's hefty. Look at the stock on that thing, and well used. It's always fun to see what comes into the Ship Shape Sharpening shop, where we also do shears. Back to you guys. Back to me. Back to us at the desk. Let's go.
Welcome back to the table. We are on to Edge of Intelligence.
Ooh, I love this section. This is where we take this top secret envelope. We open it up. I'm just going to use one of these Sandy Landies.
Don't cut the inside paper this week.
You know?
That was me last time.
Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe not.
There it is.
Let's see what we got.
So basically what we do is we tell... I did it again.
Yes. Yes. Now I'm not alone.
Amazing.
Yes.
We tell the ChatGPT, the AI machine, what to do. We give it a prompt. This is the prompt this week. We call our in-house product designer Fitz. That's Matt Fitz. He and Ben work very hard to come up with product names, but they are getting very tired. I need you to come up with a product name for a brand new pocket knife. Here's the catch. It must contain and rhyme with the name Fitz.
Yes. Oh, I am so excited to see what comes of this.
There you are.
All right, let's see what we got here. Sure, it says, very confident to start off with, sure, here is a pocket knife name that includes or rhymes with Fitz. Blitz Fitz.
Blitz Fitz. I feel like that needs to come with like a Monday Night Football. Blitz Fitz.
Yeah, that feels like it's like a Nerf gun or something like that, like a blaster.
Yes.
And then Jamie says back to it, I need this name to be much longer. And it says, got it. Here is a longer name for a pocket knife. Oh, yes. Blitz Fitz Extreme Adventure Gear. If that isn't the name of Matt's new store, I don't know what he's doing.
Jamie's just trolling us.
Yeah.
Now, no, you don't understand. Much longer. I see. You need it to be significantly longer. I feel like this should be a robot voice. Yeah. Here's the extended name for the pocket knife.
Blitz Fitz Extreme Adventure Gear Knife with high carbon stainless steel blade for maximum durability and performance.
You know the great thing about this is you don't even have to think about the design. It tells you what's in there. You got stainless steel. It needs maximum durability. And Jamie says, even longer. I need people to understand how good this thing is, LOL. Understood. Here is an even longer name emphasizing the features and benefits of the pocket knife. Oh boy, here we go.
Blitz Fitz Extreme Adventure Gear Knife. High carbon stainless steel blade for maximum durability and performance. Ergonomic grip and comfort. Integrated seatbelt cutter, glass breaker, and LED flashlight. Essential for every outdoor enthusiast and emergency kit.
I hope Ricky puts some of that with a nice reverb on it, because that needs it.
And Jamie says, that'll do, pig.
I love it. I love how it takes like everything from like every knife ever made.
Talk about like a classic keyword crawl. Like that is just
Yes.
every keyword. Boom, boom, boom.
LED flashlight, seatbelt cutter, glass breaker. It's like, I have seen that knife before.
Yeah, of course.
And it doesn't bode well.
It doesn't
Thank you,
knife.
AI. That's
Thank
called
you.
the edge of intelligence, because really, it is not intelligent. But it is fun, and we love it.
Right on that edge.
We are on to Mailbox.
Mailbox. Let's do it. What should we kick it off with, you think?
We've got some fun stuff in the mailbox this week.
Should we start with a knife?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
This one is a tactile knife company, Maverick.
Yeah.
This one's fun to me because, well, a lot of reasons. First of all, it's designed by Richard Rogers. So I was talking to my friend Will Hodges, who started Tactile, and this is where I get mixed up. Tactile Turn is a pen company.
Yeah, EDC gear.
Yes. Tactile Knife Company is the exact same company, exact same roof, different website, different name. So I have to think about it every time. But Will Hodges is one of the owners, and he started the pen company. And then they're like, hey, let's make knives as well. So they've got these great designs. This one is from Richard Rogers, called the Maverick, totally made in the USA. Down to, they're turning all of their own hardware and stuff.
They do a huge majority of the machining of all of this stuff. Like I really love what they're doing. Made in the USA. It's Magna Cut, this particular version, titanium handle.
And
Super,
we
super cool.
should tell you this too. We don't get paid to put this on here.
Right.
We just, knives don't exist in like an echo chamber. Like, it's not just Knafs stuff we want to feature here.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is from friends. I love Richard Rogers.
Yeah.
Great dude. Love Will Hodges, great dude.
If we only did Knafs stuff, these shows would be 5 minutes and you might get one every other week. Like, this is an industry. We're not the only people in this industry.
Yeah.
This is a community. So
It's fun to see. So this one is really interesting to me because of the way they're doing it. Everything has this micro milling on it. And I love that because it's like, we are going to machine this to death.
Yeah.
In beautiful, beautiful
It's
ways.
it's their stamp on it, it's their unique milling, like you said. And if you have any of their tactile pens as well, they have a very similar finish on them. So you can kind of have your little EDC kit match.
Love it. So if you're looking for a $349 knife, we don't have a $349 knife at Knafs. So this could be a fun one for you. I love, it's beautiful.
Super cool. Beautiful.
Love it. Someday we should make something wild like that.
Yeah.
Just mill it all day long.
Let's do it.
20 hours of milling. I don't know if
Sounds
that's
easy.
actually what it is. What else is in the mailbag?
Yeah, let's talk about some leather. These wallets we got actually as part of our banter haiku giveaway that we did a couple months back. We had people write in a haiku. Ben had a whole bunch of banters that he was giving away for the new Warncliffe variants of the banters, and we were able to bring in a lot of haikus, and this was just one of the things that kind of happened to come in with some of the haikus. These are from Sharp Leather. The gentleman's name, I believe, is Andrew. Yeah, Andrew. And they're all the way from Moldova, so
Eastern Europe.
Yeah, way over in Eastern Europe, and these are super cool. If you can't tell, what's unique about these is he has actually designed these to be the shape of the blade. Yeah, so it's really interesting on both sets, but I also have seen some Spyderco variants that he does that has like the big hole in them, which is really interesting.
It's like art inspiring more art.
Yeah.
I get a kick out of that.
Totally.
So
Yeah.
if you're looking for these, Andrew has an Instagram account.
Yeah.
Well, currently does. You never know what Zuck might do next week.
You never know.
But you can go snag one at Sharp Leather.
Sharp Leather. And if you want one for free, we're going to give this one away in this video. So all you need to do is comment how long you think Instagram is going to be around for. I don't know. What do you
I love it. That's perfect. No, that's perfect.
Perfect. And
let us know in the comments.
Yeah, let us know. We'll reach out to you via direct message if you've won, and we'll ship it to you. So
yeah. By the way, if scammers jump in there, it will come from the Knafs official account.
Yes.
Let's be very clear. Scammers suck.
Scammers suck, man.
They do.
Come on.
Okay, next on the list in the mailbag. So you guys...
Tell me about these.
Well, here's the deal. If you've watched me on the internet for any amount of time, you know that I love the Leatherman squirt.
A Ben Blue Leatherman squirt.
I've carried this one for 10 years plus, and I do love it dearly. But it is discontinued. Leatherman no longer makes it. So my friend Dom is on the hunt. Dom of Max Level EDC is on the hunt to find me a replacement. And Dom is doing a great job sending me things. So this, I don't even know the name of this. Dom gave this to me at Blade Show. It is TSA friendly.
Okay.
So my multi-tool has to have pliers. It must. And so he's been sending me multi-tools in an attempt to try to find me my next multi-tool.
Nice. This little one is kind of funky. It's got a seatbelt cutter and then a nail clipper on it. So.
Which I love the nail clipper.
Oh,
Do you
super
see how
cool.
It works? It
it's
folds
got a
out
spring
like
loader. Yeah, absolutely. Super
It's got a
cool.
little file on the back.
Yeah, really cool, but kind of a weird combo. I mean, not your most traditional multi-tool is what I might say.
Dom always tells me, like, look, this is TSA approved. You can take it on a plane. My issue is I just don't need to be patted down on, like, in the TSA line.
Right.
So, like, guaranteed, this is going to show up. And you're going to have to open it for the TSA guy and be like, there's no knife on here. And he's going to say, okay, on your way. You're great. I just don't know if I need that kind of anxiety as I travel.
Yeah, I mean, we travel a good bit for work, and we already have enough stress. Like, did I leave a knife in my bag? Did someone hand me a knife that I put in my pocket and didn't ever take it out of?
We were talking to Jamie about this just last week, and Jamie's like, I left a TJ Schwartz, like, Overland in my backpack in the TSA line. And we also have stories of other friends getting on the plane with, like, AKC automatic stilettos, Italian stilettos, and they got straight through TSA.
Totally happens.
So, anyway, these are fun. Dom, I always appreciate you sending me stuff and just new things out there that I don't get to see as often anymore. So I enjoy that. Also in the mailbag, we are adding a new section this week. Your comments from the YouTube sphere, the comment sphere.
Yeah, from the comments section.
So a couple things. First of all, a couple of you asked Lander 3 scales. We don't have a Lander 3 on the table, but we do have a Lander 2 and a Lander 1. And they're basically just smash them together, and they're the same thing.
Yep.
We filmed this in my basement, so sometimes we get here, we've left the shop, and we're like, dang it. I wish I had this or that.
And Ben conveniently keeps all of his knives off-site at the shop. So.
I do, because you just never know when you need to reference
Oh,
it,
of
right?
course, of course.
I literally have like 5 knives at home and like so many knives at work.
Yep.
But are we going to be making Lander 3 scales is the question. Yes. Here's what we found. Lander 1, we did a really good job of getting scales out very quickly. Lander 2 and 3, it's just been a little more challenging.
Yeah.
We have great suppliers, but just things take a lot of time.
Yep.
So we're actually ahead of aftermarket scales a little bit. So we are working on them. We've got some printed Lander 3s coming in the next 6-8 weeks.
Yeah.
And then we're working on some other ones as well.
Yeah, and I think a quick note on that, we are kind of shifting our focus, the way that we do things, to be very Knafs-centric with our customization options and our scales. You know, you may have seen in the past that we've carried stuff for like the baby banter, the unlock composites and stuff like that. Our philosophy has changed just a slight bit on that, and really it's all perspective. It's, you know, we don't control everything about the banter. That's a Civivi product, a we product. We don't control the warranty. We don't control the maintenance package, anything like that. Like, that's more of them, and we wanted to make sure that we're keeping you safe from, you know, messing with anything that doesn't need to be messed with necessarily.
Somebody, Jay Walker 8469, asked the same question about the Yipper. Are there going to be custom scales for it? The answer is no.
Yeah, exactly.
Simply because we don't control. Like, for instance, you mentioned the baby banter.
Yeah.
There are, I think at this point, 3 different internal types to the baby banter.
At least. There might be 4.
Which works if you're not trying to customize it.
Yeah.
But Civivi has changed some things, and it's like people are buying aftermarket scales for it, and it's like, well, does it fit the G10 and the micarta and the Knife Center exclusive version? That
and
sort
the
of thing.
wood. I think the wood is another variant. And kind of speaking to that as well, like, these weren't ever necessarily made to have the fast swap scales, right? Like, you have to fully disassemble this knife, pull out the pivot to be able to get this face side scale here.
Correct.
Whereas with our products, the Lander 1, 2, and 3, those are very easily swappable. You just have to take out a couple of screws and it all comes apart. So.
By design. So different design philosophies. We like to make things open source. By the way, you mentioned Knife Center. Somebody suggested, how about having the guys from Knife Center on the show? I texted David C. Anderson, and we're trying to make that happen, because wouldn't that be fun to have DCA and BAP? Those are my initials. I don't go by my initials.
I love it. Yeah.
That'd be weird to go by my
BAP.
initials. BAP.
I like it.
Should we do it? Other suggestions about our worst seller of the week, which we're coming to here in just a minute.
Yeah.
People had lots of questions on new names.
Yeah,
for it.
suggestions for us. Just a couple out of here. Chopping block, love that one. Third wheel, very nice.
My favorite is least loved kitten under the porch.
Totally us. That's a very Knafs thing to say. I don't think that we know what we're going to call this section going forward.
Bottom of the barrel?
Bottom of the barrel is kind of what we have. But yeah, we'd love the suggestions. It's just fun to see what you guys are coming up with over there.
We'll get to bottom of the barrel here in just a second. The last thing is from the great Black Pantom. I don't know what a pantom is. To be quite honest, your guys' pacing is way too fast and you guys talk too fast. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, you nailed it. I can't do anything about it, man.
I know.
ADHD all day. I'm so sorry, but like it's what you're gonna get. So
you know, I think we could talk slower. We could move slower.
Yeah.
Both of us, I think it's worth noting, this show is not our day job.
Yeah, I think probably if you had to encapsulate it, less than 5% of our responsibilities.
Or should be.
Yeah, should be less than 5% of our responsibilities are being at this table and filming this show. We want to be here, we want to do all of this, but we have a lot of other stuff.
Also, if it's a 2-hour show versus a 30-minute show, that becomes... Well, basically, we can either spend our time making new stuff and creating things and maintaining the things, or we can spend 2 hours talking about it. So we definitely kind of blow through the show a little bit. And I don't know. There's always that little button in the corner where you can speed us up to 2 times.
Sure.
Or you can slow us down.
Bring it down a little bit. Yeah, I've never used that feature personally.
I never have either, now that you mention it. Now that I mention it, I'm like, it exists.
Yeah, someone must have used that.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's good. Also, we filmed this in my basement, so if you just heard a crash, that could be my children.
A small child falling down the stairs, probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we're going to pause for just a minute and go fix that sound. Coming right back at you with Worst Seller of the Week, Bottom of the Barrel.
And on Bottom of the Barrel this week, we have got the Lander 2 mouse pad. This is an awesome product. You know what's interesting about mouse pads in my estimation is that they actually do really well on Amazon for us.
Yeah.
We have a big version. I think it's got the banter on it actually that has been really, really good on us for Amazon. But for whatever reason, this Lander 2.1 last week just was not hitting it. So
Nobody wanted.
just one
mat.
soul out there needed
know,
a Lander 2 shop mat.
These shop mats are interesting to me, and they've probably run their course just a little bit. But
Sure.
the reason I made them, I was thinking like, look, if you're disassembling your Lander 2, here is your reference, right? Like, where does this screw go? Where does that screw go?
Yeah.
Even down to like part numbers.
Yeah.
We stuck all the part numbers on there, all that sort of stuff.
You
So
got
they're
a
really
ruler.
fun, but honestly, like, people need one shop mat, one mouse pad.
Which
they're
is
going to
fair.
use it for 5-10 years, so it's gross.
Yeah.
You've
So-
seen gross mouse pads.
Until you can't read the white text anymore.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Until you look at it and you say, I am a disgusting human.
But I think it's a good point. You know, it's a great schematic. It's a great reference piece. It's got the ruler on the side if you're ever needing to measure anything. So
It's a
good.
fun one. So, bottom of the barrel this week.
That's right.
Last on our list is fresh prints. Dude, I feel like we need to sing Baby Shark. Baby
Shark.
I love that. What is this? What are we looking at?
An articulated shark, and we've got a mama and a baby.
Is this a grandma shark? Or...
Hard to say, you know.
Look at the teeth. You can only tell by the teeth.
Oh, yeah, definitely
right,
grandma.
the mama, the
Definitely,
grandma
you're
shark,
right.
yes.
The cool thing about these is not only are they articulated, but they also glow in the dark.
Which is amazing.
Super cool.
We had to work really hard to get this shot of the glow in the dark.
And we'll see if it works.
This is our life in the morning. I know I've mentioned this before, but just stuff comes in.
Yeah.
A lot of 3D printing enthusiasts in the shop. This one is from Matt W, as per usual.
Yeah.
He sends these to his nephews
Yeah.
in New Zealand.
All the way down in New Zealand.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much this costs to send down to Kiwi Land, but I don't want to know yet.
Yeah. Too much.
Too much.
Yeah.
I love it though.
Super cool.
The other 3D print this week is this pen. And this pen is significant because I see a new one of these every morning
Man.
from the team.
So
Tell
we-
me about it, Austin.
Yeah, so we talked about tactile turn earlier, right? I feel like these are just like a tactile turn homage almost. Like these are little bolt action pens. I printed this one personally. These are just regular PLA, cool little bolt action pen. Just uses a Pilot G2 insert. And yeah, you can't miss on the colors really. We really bring in a new one every single day.
It's really fun to watch.
Yeah, but this guy, let's see, Gunnar Lee, he was the one who came up with this, and he allowed you to do some little customization on the inserts there, so you've got like your
Are you doing 2-color printing at home?
Yes, I am. Yes, I know. I am taking it to the max right now. But yeah, love the pens. They are so fun. They're a little fidgety. You know, we all love pens. So.
And you just take the spring from the GL2.
The spring and the insert, and you just slap them in there.
Drop it in there.
It works like a charm.
You know, someday we might all be out of business making things. You'll just like you'll turn on your 3D printer and say, "I'd like a MagnaCut knife," and it will just like,
Yeah.
ta-da,
Just
like
draw out little lines of steel on the thing,
yeah, and
you
it
know?
will print, and we'll all just be selling steel filament. It'll be
cool.
great. I love it.
I think last thing on our list here is these TPU scales on the Lander 1. TPU stands for thermoplastic polyurethane, if you didn't know, and they are flexible. So I think we've kind of spotlighted these a little bit before, but we were talking about next we need a TPU pen because how fun
then
would
it
it
would
be
be
to have a
flexy.
bendy pen? But yeah.
A bendy pendy?
Yeah, but these are a little more grippy than the standard plastic. You know, you can customize them with colors and stuff like that. Super fun.
Love it. It's fun to see. If you guys are 3D printing stuff, let us know what you're 3D printing in the comments because we get a kick out of that. We have become enthusiasts.
Plus, I need ideas, so
Yes.
send them our way.
Yes.
Yeah.
We will try to do better about linking to the 3D prints too. Sometimes things just come in and we're like, hey, throw it in the show. It's great. So thank you to you guys for watching. This is episode 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
Go us.
Meaning it's working and we're grateful for you guys watching. So
on, Ken.
if you like this kind of content, definitely give it the old like and the old subscribe. And we will keep doing it because it's really fun. So thank you guys. We'll see you next week.
See you then.